right, guys. Good morning, everyone. There, okay. Both of you there, okay. So can we actually open up our webcam there, okay, so you guys can see each other's there. All right. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Good morning there, okay, for Chun Kit and also Wei Hong there, okay. Am I actually right? Teach you guys before?
Yeah.
Huh? In diploma?
Diploma.
Sir.
Diploma is it?
Yeah.
Multimedia.
Multimedia. Sorry.
Yeah. Wei Hong, how is it? Wei Hong, can I see your face there, Wei Hong?
Sorry, sir. What kind of some problem? I try to do something.
Okay. So, I've been teaching you guys on diploma, is it? Can't remember.
No,
Now.
sir.
Yeah, can't remember like at the time there. Okay. When is it? Last 2019 or 2018, is it? Yeah.
So this is my first time now for with you.
Oh, you say Wei Hong?
Yeah.
Okay. So, Chunki, you've been in my class, is it? What subject basically you in?
Sorry, sir.
What subject do you in there? Okay, in my class before?
3D, digital illustration, and then what I forget what course is
Yeah.
that called.
Introduction to illustration, is it?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
just know only remember the digital illustration.
Okay. You in multimedia, multimedia course, right?
Yep.
So Wei Hong, you first time is it with me?
Yeah. But I met you before.
Okay. When is it?
Uh, when was it?
Hmm. 2000,
When I'm foundation, it's 2018. If I'm not.
2018. Okay. I can't remember already. So if I can see your face, it's more better there, okay, for our meetings over here, there, right? Okay. So make it a little bit more formal there. All right. All right. So I've been basically been supervised a few numbers of students based on animations there before. All right. Since I think 2015 or 2014, right? I can't remember there. But most of it, okay. What do you do basically, Wei Hong?
Huh?
What do you do basically?
Stop motion.
Oh, okay. But you've been busy basically right now, though, okay? What are you doing there, right? Can you actually,
I'm putting on.
can you actually close your mic there first, okay, for a while,
Okay.
while you actually setting up anything there from there, okay? All right, good. Thank you. Right, so you can hear me there, right? So now, I've been actually been exploring some of the methods and also techniques with the students there before, but based on the student basically ideas there, okay? My job basically is to make sure that basically you guys can deliver those kind of styles of approach for your visual animations or motion graphic that you want there, okay, according to your level of skills and the time limit that we have. Okay, we have to be more logic on the time limit there, okay, because when you have more time or you don't have any deadline, yes, you can actually write what we call that, develop any kind of experimental kind of works there, okay, but based on what I actually have been what we call that read actually your kind of proposals. I kind of know basically, okay, hopefully that you guys have those kind of ideas inside your mind right now, okay, what you're going to develop basically for your own projects there, right? Okay, that's the thing that we have only around not more than 7 weeks there, right? But right now we can calculate into the 7 weeks, okay, because next semester you're going to have your FYP project, FY final year kind of project, right? The submissions there. So that mean at this stage, basically, okay, you need to understand some of the percentage of those pre-productions kind of works, which is your ideas, your script, roughly, your storyline, for example, and also the thing that I actually have mentioned to you guys, your storyboard roughly, and also your animatics there, okay? Okay, you must be able to not finalize, but you need to have those kind of plan, okay, at the stage that first before we're going to go to whether there's a certain thing that you can actually execute or not there, okay, according to those plan there, right? And of course, okay, I always love to remind the students, which is for the animation of final year projects, okay, if you plan to work around more than 5 minutes, all right, of those animations, or more than 3 minutes, for example, okay, I would love to suggest for you guys to reduce basically your kind of durations for your animations or any kind of what we call that project itself. Like even though when we work with short movie or short kind of films, okay, I would love basically to say to remind the students, okay, try basically to work a very short kind of durations there, okay, because if you take a look closely there, okay, most of those trailer, for example, or some of the clips there, okay, they're not basically more than 5 minutes or 4 minutes normally. Okay, around 1 or 2 is more than enough. Sometimes three there, okay, to showcase basically your kind of ideas, your kind of skills, your ability, and basically your kind of what we call that strong kind of what we call that design kind of sense, okay, on your project itself. All right. So in every scenes, in every shots that you guys are actually going to be developed, okay, it will show basically your kind of what we call that, your kind of strong ability to develop basically and deliver basically your design sense on that. It's not only just to deliver some informations based on the storyline from those visuals, but you can actually portray your kind of ability of applying basically the informations, okay, the visual itself, okay, aesthetical value there, okay. If you have those camera works, for example, okay, because some of the motion graphics, they relying on on motion trackings, or you need basically to have that kind of like a follow through basically the motions itself there, okay. You need to morph some of the elements itself, okay, to transform, okay, those elements, all those kind of techniques. If you can actually deliver, okay, in each scene around 1 or 2 minutes, is more than enough. That we have to wait until 4 to 5 minutes there, okay, because you know that, okay, to evaluate those student works, it's not only one students there, okay, one particular kind of clips there, okay, there are going to be more than 50 or 100 kind of clips there. So your evaluators, for example, okay, they don't have time basically to evaluate in 5 minutes or more than that kind of what we call short tracking, because we have done that kind of thing before, okay, in our presentations there, right? In student presentations, they're going to be feel a bit kind of bored there, right? Okay, and of course, okay, the logical and practical way basically for the student to complete those kind of assignments within this kind of what we call the periods, I think the best way, okay, to make it around at least 2 minutes, not more than that. Okay, at least 2 minutes there, but not more than that, right? If you can actually conclude them. But if you think you want to have some extended version because you have more times to showcase, to portray basically your stories, go ahead. But at the moment, try to limit your duration into 2 minutes there first. See what you can do from there, okay, from that 2 minutes clip there first. All right, because you need to have a plan A there, okay, plan A 2 minutes, okay, plan B if you have those kind of extended kind of time, right, you want to showcase more, because this is basically based on your portfolio there, guys, okay, your own portfolios there, okay, whatever that you do right now are going to be a part of your kind of voices, okay, to find some job or to further your study, and also to portray you as a design student. All right, so you have to make sure that you prepare something that you will be proud of, instead of you just submit for your FYP, you get those kind of marks and then get those results and certificate, and that's it. All right, because you spend your lifetimes basically, okay, to study basically around, right, what we call that, from diploma to degree. This one degree, is it? Degree or diploma? Degree there, right? Right? Degree, right? Is it? Junkit? It's a degree studies, right? Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. So that means you need to basically to deliver basically something that you can proud of. Those are the things here. All right. So by looking basically to your proposal of either okay, Chun Kit and also Wei Hong. Okay. Can I start with Chun Kit first? Wei Hong, are you actually start to prepare that, right? All right. So this is basically your project proposals there, right? Okay. You're talking about gamers. Basically, it's a
Yeah.
motion graphic, right?
Yeah, I'm using motion graphic.
Okay. Can you actually explain a little bit there?
Okay. So
Even though I actually I have read that, right?
oh, oh,
Or you want to share your screen?
okay, I can share my screen.
Okay. Just put aside over here.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Just wait a minute.
Have you actually prepared those storyboard and also animatics?
Yeah. But the animatic, I just done the rough 80%.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. I
Okay.
just want to see the progression there, okay? So you actually in your own your right track there, right?
Not this one. Oh, so, wait a minute, there's a
Okay,
technical problem.
no problem. Okay, take your time there, right?
Okay. Hmm?
Basically, your kind of concepts, kind of ideas, okay, for this motion graphics, to give some solution for the new generations how to manage their times while they're playing games, right? Something like that, is it?
Just my actually the the gamer is just like uh like pronounce just actually the story was telling the what is the what are you the game addicted or game lover and want to tell the teenager don't play too much don't too focus on the game, yeah, something like that.
But they can make money right now and make some profit nowadays by become a gamer, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
but
So what are the solutions from these visuals that you want to portray there? If you say right, okay, don't focus too much on the games, okay, but what basically some solutions that you might going to give some informations
uh
from to conclude basically those ideas on these animations later on.
Okay. For my solution, I have two solution is because the first actually the first issue is most people playing game because they have uh like, they have very poor time management. So I use a solution is called tomato time management. Like you doing things with 25 minutes. After 25 minutes you can break 5 minutes, and then like this to solve the problems.
Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Take a break for
And
a while and then you actually can continue back again playing games.
yeah, like 25 hour doing walks, 5 minutes break, and then 25 minutes to play the games, something like that. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay, those are one of the solutions. Okay, good. Okay.
Oh,
So what you need basically to portray right now in every scene is the story itself there right now.
mm,
So hopefully there okay, in every scene there okay, you can see some excitements. Or this is basically a little bit kind of like public announcements there, right?
mm,
Right.
yeah.
So normally in public announcements there okay, either they're going to be less than 1 minute or not more than 2 minutes there
Uh,
because people
it,
don't have time there. Okay, how long is it going to be?
just now I did my I did my animatic. They have 2 minute around there. Yeah.
Is there any kind of what we call that voice over narrations?
Yeah.
Yeah. Who did you actually use an automated kind of narrations, or you're going to use your voice there, right?
Um, inside the animatic, I just use my voice. Maybe after I done my final work, uh, I will go uh to get other people voice over.
Okay. All right. So can you show basically your kind of what we call that your progressions over here?
Oh, okay. Eh, eh, storyline. Ah, yeah. Is this correct?
Okay.
Oh, okay. Okay, so far, this is my very rough storyboard, and then the first scene is talking. Maybe I will change it, and the second one is talking like talk, asking the audience, are you the game lover or the game editor? So the fourth scene is explain what is the game lover and what is the game editor. And the sixth scene is talking told I'm also the game editor too when I was 7 years old. Yeah. And then next is yeah, because why I like to play the game, because the game are very attractive. So I will talk about the two common problems. The first problem is the parentings. Their game are very bad things. So why the people like to play game, because they have psychology and emptiness. Yeah. And then I also have this problem. S- Okay.
It's
And then
basically based on your stories or what is it?
based off my story. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then the second problem is the poor time management. So inside the storyboard, I will explain how I solve my problem. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Something like this. So at the end, I will tell the audience the game is just a virtual stuff. Even they can nowadays they can earn the money. Yeah. And
All right.
then yeah. So this is my animatic. Oh no, 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Maybe I will.
5 minutes is too long there, right?
Yeah.
Uh, it's too long there. Okay, the characters that you've been using basically, okay, do you actually have developed a few number kind of design before you decide? Okay, those
Uh,
characters is what basically is what kind of subject matters that you use as to present yourself.
maybe use the shape character,
Why
like
you why you use shapes characters then?
because my character with human size I'm not very strong.
That's not basically those matter there, right? Okay.
Okay.
I'm because I'm asking you basically, okay, why basically you use the shapes characters instead of any kind of subject matter that you can actually that you can develop from the game's elements there, right? Because when they talk about games element, it doesn't have to be a very
Oh,
uh, a very superhuman or perfections or any kind of actions kind of game kind of characters there, okay? Because if you actually have been developed a few number kind of research on the game itself, there's a lot of there's a lot of few numbers, right? Okay, kind of character that can represent your kind of what we call the presentation on your what we call that projects right now that can be attached to the audience itself directly. For example, directly like you say you cannot draw human figures. That's not basically your issues directly. The issue is okay when you actually have those design sense and you play games a lot, right? I don't know what kind of games that you play there, okay? What kind of game that you play right now?
survival game, some like Ark Survival Evolve.
Okay, those are those kind of game basically came from the 3D animated, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's very kind of modern kind of game, is it? Right? But if you go into the histories of game, like 8-bit pixels kind of games, there are okay, Nintendo kind of games, the Atari kind of games, there are okay, all these kind of those kind of pioneers on those developing on the games era. Like you can use that kind of elements that works on that. Even though you can use Pac-Man as a part of it, if you want to develop that particular kind of nostalgic and also a very good impact also, and also they're going to use a bit kind of like a trend kind of setting there, okay, on your visuals, they're going to be more better there, right? Okay,
Okay.
but you have to do a bit more research on that because if you use some random kind of visuals, random kind of images that represent you as a person in this visual, okay, people won't get any kind of good engagement from there.
Okay.
All right. So you have to go through with the 80s kind of concept game, for example, there, okay, or 70s kind of concept game there, okay, that can be delivered a little bit more better on your presentations there. That's why if you say you play games, you're basically a new generations of gamers there, okay. But I came basically from a certain kind of era there, okay, from 70s, 80s, 90s, and 2000 kind of game play there, okay. But when I was around what we call that earliest of those 2000 there, okay, I rarely basically play games anymore. I just basically what we call that play or what we call that watch basically some gameplay just because of my works, not for the sake of playing game for pleasures anymore, right? So that's the different things there, right? Okay. But for you right now, if you want to make something that represent you yourself there, okay, for example, okay, I'm not saying that you have to copy the whole thing, so okay, but you need to find your own research to develop your characters to engage with your audience later on. Okay, let's just say we call off, right? Okay, okay, let me share my screen a little bit here. Okay, hopefully we can share that, right? Okay. Okay, for example, let we do in big conversations like 80s or retro pixel game characters there, right? Okay. For examples, wait, I'm not saying that you have to use pixels only there, okay, but try to check, look, some of the characters that you might going to use can be a part of your kind of resources there, inspirations there, right? Okay, to develop basically your design according to these retro kind of games. Okay, it will be more nice. It will be more what we call that more engaging there. Okay, to your presentations. All right. So you must be able to have this kind of ideas here. All right. Okay, to develop them, and what kind of styles of animations and visual that you're going to apply on your presentation also will basically give a little bit kind of impact on your presentations. All right, the story itself, I think you have to go through a little bit kind of very straightforward and compact directly within these 2 minutes directly. Try not to drag too much in each scene directly. One of the best way for you guys to work, okay, for you to work, I think, okay, this is basically only my suggestions there, but you have to go through a bit more on your own research. Okay, I don't know whether you guys have played the latest games like the what we call that the what are the name of the games over here? This one is quite popular, okay, a few months ago. This one, can you see that, right?
Yes.
What are these games there? Okay, I can't remember the names.
Among Us.
Okay, Among Us there. Okay, for example, there. Okay, the design basically were not quite very superb there. Okay, but it's engaging with people there, with the users there, with the gamers itself there. Okay, so those are the things like Super Mario there. Okay, Zelda, or this one is One Piece. They become a more pixelized. Okay, or any kind of characters that you find quite interesting there. Okay, even look at this one, okay, if you take a look here, okay, why slow basically my computer is there, okay, those from Super Mario, there's a few number kind of character that you guys can use, like a ghost characters, right? Like any kind of character that you can find that can be used as a part of your kind of way to approach your kind of animations and your motion graphics. It can be used directly, it can be done directly. So you must be able to have this kind of knowledge, okay, because not all gamers have the ability to visualize back again their work. Say you play all these kind of games, I don't know why. Okay, one of the reason maybe because for leisures, because you're interested on the gameplay, okay, in any kind of reason that, but did you go deep into that? Okay, because if you want to portray yourself, is a good, okay, is a good kind of idea that to portray yourself, to tell your life stories and you want to share with people there. Those are the good things there. Okay, but how actually you're going to portray them in a more engaging way because you were design students. Okay, and the reason that you cannot actually draw human characters is not basically those excuses there, because there's a lot of games outside there previously who actually been rated. It's a high kind of what we call that high demander. Okay, it doesn't come with the high end kind of technologies there. Remember that, all right? Like Among Us just now, like you say, Angry Bird, they're basically okay, but the design elements that they use really actually engage with the people there. Okay, even though Pac-Man, okay, one of the popular, one of the what we call that the most popular and also engaging kind of games there. Right? Okay, Pac-Man there, right? Okay, people around the world play, and a million people that they play them, right? Okay, the visual itself, okay, were not basically as high end like nowadays there, right? Okay, all this kind of 3D kind of what we call that animations there, okay, and also models there, but those games basically give a very higher impact on millions of people there. Right? So I think your ideas is okay, it's good there again, but how actually you portray them in a more efficient way And all the element, if you can actually use most of the element from your presentations are based from the games kind of elements, it will be more engaging there. Okay, that's why, okay, your job is right now, please take notes there. Okay, you need to basically visualize all these elements that you're going to use inside your scenes. All right. Okay, from, let's just say, okay, the history of console game there, okay, before the online game there, right, from Atari, from Nintendo, Sega, what we call the PlayStation's one there, right, okay, and then right now we have more advanced, okay. I think you need to basically to do more research right here, okay, on how people actually visualize those kind of motion graphic that can then explain back again using those kind of ideas right here. But they use basically a real motion graphic, minimal kind of animations there. So if you think that you actually have a strong technical kind of abilities using After Effects and also Adobe Animate to work on that, okay, use that kind of what we call that we call the advantages right there to animate your visual according to your level of skills. All right, those are the things that, right, because
tolerance. It is
all right,
increasing the amount of time connected to your game. Sometimes you skip your sleep just to finish the game or extend your playtime. Or sometimes you skip your meals just to finish your game. Second is the
this one basically I think similar to what your idea is, right?
Yeah.
When you are in school, you should be reviewing, but you cannot focus because you are thinking also. And
Because all these things they chunk it there, right? You can find a lot of your ideas nowadays basically on your internet, okay, but how are you going to execute in your own way? You should execute a bit more better than this one there, okay. That's basically your level of your kind of stated there, okay, that you need to pursue here right now for your presentations. All right, because when you spend this presentation around 3 minutes there, okay, if you can plan around 2 minutes first to tell every single story that you want to tell, okay, in each scene, and if you count back again, right, each scene there, okay, that change, there were not more than 2 or 3 seconds there. So depending on the visuals, depending on the captions and also the narration at the same time there, okay. So that's why when you play with those narrations, you must be careful what kind of words that you want to portray from that kind of narrations there. Not to drag too much on your narrations, and your visual are going to feel a bit kind of bored there, okay. If you take a look right now, okay, in every single seconds they change. Every seconds, okay, each second they change the visuals there. So make sure that you basically deliver, okay, those kind of visuals, not to get bored people there. This is what motion graphic is all about there, okay, because we don't want to make those presentations look boring there, because we use less kind of principle of animations, but we use more like technical kind of animations there from here. Okay, but if you use character animations, they're going to be different there, right? They are going to be different there. So you need to find some of your strong kind of point of view how to work on that. Okay, so the first things, when you have those when you have the stories there, try to visualize your ideas using any material that you can, Photoshop or what we call that. Any kind of material like Photoshop or AI or Animate, okay, to visualize first your illustrations according to your scenes. Understand that, right? Your illustration according to your scenes, and then those illustrations can be delivered into your kind of animations there. All right, that's basically the thing that you should think while you develop your stories. Okay, when you develop your stories there. Okay, this one basically doesn't have any voiceovers there. Okay, so think two type of plan there, right? Okay, without narrative or voiceover, and with voiceover, the same visual can be delivered there, right? So you don't have to worry about that if there is no basically narrations good enough, okay, you can focus more on your visuals now, because by the end of the day, you have to understand your main objective why you present your works over here. Is it because of narrations that get to make your visual strong, or your visual can be stand alone without those narrations there? But for my kind of advice, my advice is your visual should be strong enough without those narrations there first. The narrations are going to be support only, the support element to your visuals there. Without those narrations, that you say you don't have time, or you cannot find the right kind of peoples, or maybe your narrations voiceover were not good enough there, right? It's okay. You can present too, based on the same visuals, with and without those narrations. Your visual can have those the same kind of voice there, right? Okay, they can present the same kind of voice, and the main objective, the what we call that, the priorities, okay, the positioning there, okay, and also those kind of informations can be delivered, all right, into your kind of showcase without worrying too much on the small matters there, right? Okay, the minimal matters about those narrations there, because the good animations, the good informations, you don't have to talk about all those kind of things using those voices there. People can look at things there, unless you want to present to blind people. But you have to understand one thing: without eyes or without those visions, can you play games? Can you play those video games?
Can
Huh?
cannot.
Cannot. That right? So that means your kind of target audience basically is not for those blind people there, right? So people can hear, don't need those voices that get to hear, but those animations will be represented more better with the music lah, with the music, and also with those what we call it, narrations if you want to. But without narrations, with the music also can engage people to look into your visuals. Please take notes on that. All right. So 2 minutes, strong visuals with the engaging kind of elements, okay, that represent game characters from your presentations are going to be a part of your concept to present your visuals here, right? Okay, understand that, right? Okay,
Yes, understand.
all right. So work on that. Okay,
Okay.
so try to relate yourself as a game characters, but find one of the most, maybe not only popular but more kind of recognizable kind of character that you can present yourself lah. All right,
Okay.
and also your animations, how you animate them. You have to solve that kind of problems there. Okay, you're going to use what, After Effects, or you're going to use Adobe Animate, or both of them?
I going just only use the After Effects.
Okay, how about design there? Okay, how actually you design them?
Design I going to use Adobe Illustration.
Illustrator.
Yeah.
All right, why don't you use Adobe Animate? It's more easy there, right, to design, other
Yeah.
than animations there. Why?
Because I learn most of the motion graphic. They are just use both of these software.
You don't explore more there, okay? You're
Yeah.
supposed to explore more there, okay?
Okay.
I don't blame on you, right? But basically, okay, comparing basically, if you want to animate there, okay, or you want to develop or you want to deliver or design basically some element for motion graphics, right? Okay, I would prefer to use Adobe Animate because it's more easy, and also they actually can enlarge also in the same kind of way by using those AI. But AI basically there's a lot of technical stuff from that, okay. But you need to find the best way to design it a bit more faster using AI there, right? Okay. If you say you can use AI, I want to see those design there later on, okay. I think around next week on Friday, can we do the same kind of routine? What we call that, consultations,
Yes.
right? At the moment, I don't have any other class on Friday there, okay, for these semesters. So we can actually write do the same kind of routine, okay, every Fridays around 10:30, okay, hopefully, okay, 10:30 or 11 maybe, hopefully, okay, to meet both of you, okay, in the same times, to see how actually you have delivered some of the progressions there. So next week, try to prepare some of the things that I put some notes on you just now there, okay. I want to see those kind of things can be delivered, okay. Those character design, all right, back again on the stories, some visuals, illustrations that based on your presentations later on, right? Because you have to have the concept kind of illustrations there that will be delivered as a part of your kind of what we call that your main kind of ideas, how actually you're going to portray your kind of visuals later on there, right? Okay? Basically, that's a really important here. For example, if I want to make some sort of like some of the sample from the student itself here, all right? Okay, some of the student actually delivered before, okay, some character design like this, okay. So some student basically have given me basically the right. This is basically came from my kind of suggestions from one of the students there, okay. But he end up doesn't have that kind of ability to design something like this, there, okay. Even a very simple kind of character there. If you saw this kind of design, what is this? Can you actually write? Figure out who, what type of character is this?
Potato.
Are you sure a potato like this?
Yeah.
Huh?
Mobile phone.
Mobile phone, there, right?
Oh.
All right, mobile phone, there, right? So a simple kind of presentations like this, okay? Right, computers, something about computers, okay? Way home, okay? Like so a simple kind of presentations, but can engage more, right? Okay, on your visuals is really important from there. Okay, that's why when it comes to design and develop your characters, we need to be smart on that. I have one of the good example also from one of the three of the students there, okay, before. I don't know whether actually I can share with you guys over here. Uh, Let me check that right for a while. Okay, this came from a degree student also there, right? Okay. Okay, one of the students, okay, that this student basically have a very unique kind of presentations there, okay. I actually have worked close with him, okay, both of three of them, okay, and one of them basically have issues on the deliver basically her styles there, but she end up to develop a bit more engaging on the presentation there, okay, on the last minute there, okay. So it's very nice, okay. This is one of it. This is from I can't remember the names there, okay. Okay, this student basically were been in my animation classes there before. Okay. So the presentations only 1 minute and 29 seconds there. But can you see basically, all right, most of the scene that he actually tried to portray, again. There's a lot of snappy kind of movements there. And they look a bit more interesting there, right? Okay? On your presentation at the same time there, right? one of it, okay? Came from Shawshank, okay? Shawshank, okay? Yeah. Even though I actually always chat with him, okay? I can't remember the name sometimes, okay? And maybe because of my age, they're older, okay? So Shawshank basically, okay, when he basically delivered the ideas there, okay, in the first phase, okay, I know basically that this is basically the type of animation that he would maybe going to be applied, because when during my kind of what we call that lessons there, okay, that I actually taught him and the rest of the students there, okay, we focus more on the principle of animations. All right, we focus on the principle of animation there, okay. So I actually have a strong belief that he can deliver more better, okay. That's why when I push him, okay, and give a lot of good kind of advice, which is I know basically this is the thing that he can do. He basically persuade himself, push himself at that kind of levels there, right? Because he also say, okay, so I cannot actually draw those kind of human characters. I know that, okay, you cannot draw them, okay, because maybe you need to improve more from there. But I've seen basically he draw some of the anthropomorphic characters like mantis, animal, insects, okay, during the lessons, okay. So I saw that he delivered a very good quality of those animations at the same time, okay. So that's why I say, why don't you pursue the same kind of ideas from there? But even though you're going to use this kind of bird kind of characters, right? All these kind of characters, but when you focus more on the fun part of those animations, okay, each scene there, right? Okay, because like I said, okay, he delivered not more than 2 minutes there. All right, not more than 1 minute and a half there, okay, 1 minute and 29 seconds. But he managed to deliver and develop a very good kind of engagement on those visuals there. Even though in the final base, we actually as a panel have not argument but discussion there. Okay, whether I should give him A or what? Okay, I say yes, I should give him a Y, because he experimental those kind of visual that we actually as a what we call as a new kind of generation nowadays, we have lost basically this kind of principle that we want basically for the students there, right? Okay? I would say that I'm really proud of him basically, and most of those students actually have been delivered already, because he managed to develop that. Even though in that kind of process, he tried to experiment with other kind of platform, other kind of elements at the same time, okay. But I say to him, okay, Xiaosheng, I know that you have this kind of really have that kind of ambitious kind of ideas there, okay. Yes, it's okay, but try to minimize them first. Try to focus on each scene of your stories and deliver it back to back, those kind of what we call that, those animatics at the same times, to see whether you actually have go through with the whole the process fluidly, okay, and then you can actually add more kind of values on your presentation. They add more values like those 3D computers, the racket that he tried to animate, the racket. Before that, he want to animate the whole what we call the locations there on 3D. Okay, I think it's good, okay, but can you actually manage your time from there? Can you actually write those visuals that you're actually going to design? You have to be more practical, guys. Okay, is it going to be worth it your time or not? Okay, and going to be give a lot of strong impact on your visual or not? Because sometimes it doesn't have to be colored there, black and white, a little bit kind of ages, kind of what we call that pixelized AG kind of presentations. Basically, it's fun there, right? Okay, so that's basically what he have delivers, and of course, okay, I pray for the best for him, right? Okay, to in the futures there. I don't know what he's doing right now. And the other part, basically, I want to share is Wei San there, right? Okay, Wei San, she had basically some sort of like confusing there, okay, whether what type of what we call the style he wants to produce that, okay, and design itself. And suddenly, right, okay, because she actually have a different way to develop, okay, even though she cannot actually deliver a human characters, but she managed to design this kind of type of human characters for her presentations over here. You guys have seen it, right? This clip there before, right? All these clips. Even though there's a few number kind of improvement that she can do from here there, okay, but okay, she end up to deliver the stories not that boring there, okay, not that sad there, okay, because at the first stage she want to design something a bit more sad there, okay, sadness on those kind of stories. I said, okay, come on there, okay, there's a lot of sadness in this world right now. Why you have to put it more on your presentations over here? Okay, the story about these two relationships, okay, between the old generation father and also his son there, okay, why don't you make it more fun there, okay? But they still actually give the right kind of informations about, okay, respect your elders, don't jeopardize or don't what we call that don't misjudge basically the ability of your elders at the same time, okay, because they actually have been experienced before than you. So this is the story that talk about lah, right? Okay, their son play games, okay, he thought basically his father cannot play games, okay, now basically when he saw basically like he experienced his father also is a part of the gamers at the back and the day, okay, for examples, now he's more respect directly on that. So that's why again all this kind of respect kind of concepts of ideas there, okay, that she tries to portray can be delivered in a more fun way rather than just have a sad stories and boring there. And we actually as supervisors also will find a bit kind of like not that kind in terms of mood there, okay, to look at those animations there. Remember guys, animation is supposed to be fun, especially when it comes to your showcase and final year projects there, okay. Make sure you make those things look fun, and you also have those fun kind of moments to animate and to deliver those kind of visuals at the same times. Like Heng Kang over here, all right, he has a few number kind of issues there. Okay, he can deliver those animations really well, but the problem is he basically spent too much time, all right, doing something that I think were not quite very what we call that appropriate for the time itself. Okay, so luckily basically he can finish them, right? Okay, but I have to cut a bit some of the things there, okay, to deliver there. Okay, this is Heng Kang kind of works over here. So I think he spent too much time to animate some of the things that I would say some of the things that we want to deliver, okay, it can be solved a little bit kind of short time, okay. He works on that. Because he turned out basically, okay, those visuals, those presentations, the design itself, a little bit kind of loose there, okay. Because he's expecting too much there, okay. Because the visuals, the storyboard basically look promising there. So I asked him there, okay, why don't you actually focus more on the main characters with the dream kind of characters a bit more there, okay. And one other thing, okay, he spent too much, okay, around more than 2.44 minutes directly, 2.44 minutes directly. That's why maybe, right, he dragged a little bit more further from there. So the visual itself, a little bit more loose there, okay. But the directions were there, okay, the directions were there. But the whole visuals, for me, they're okay. Because when you talk about the visual itself, he can do more better on the presentations there, right, okay, from there. If he has more time, okay, to manage them, right. Okay, the storytellings were good, right? But some the visuals, okay, some of the finishing visuals there, okay, he kind of like lose a little bit there, right? Okay, you can see, right, okay, the qualities of those visuals over here, right, okay? He tried to chinchai a little bit there, okay? So because of the time management there, okay? That's why not more than 2 minutes that you can plan, all right? But try to make some engaging kind of information, visual from there. Plan it back again, Junkit, right? Okay. Work on your storyboard back again. Try to find a very, if you have more than one kind of story, that based one kind of approach based on the same stories, more better there, okay? Try to make more fun, more funny, sometimes stupid also okay, right? Okay? Because why? Because if you make a bit kind of wacky kind of way to approach your informations, okay, before you smile when you show to your friend, to your sibling, to your parents about your ideas, if they smile also and they say, hey, why ridiculous, right? Okay, those are the things, that moment that you find that you can engage that kind of ideas to your audience there. Sometimes it doesn't have to be sad, it doesn't have to be before fun, a bit more stupidity and wacky sometimes. It'll be more better to arrange your kind of ideas from there, right? Okay, Chinkit? Any questions?
So far, no.
All right, thank you very much. All right.
Okay, thank
you
you,
want
sir.
to stay, you can stay there, okay? Better there, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Wei Hong, are you ready there? Are you ready, Wei Hong?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Wei Hong, for waiting there, right?
Okay.
Right. So if you're ready to deliver your works, okay, please, okay, present it there. So hopefully you have some ideas from there that are okay to work with that. So if you check it right now, I also did a bit kind of research on the stop motions over here. I did a few kind of what we call the experiment with the stop motions there before, because I just bought basically this these action figures that are okay, He-Man, and also a Skeletor, okay. Maybe later on, if I actually have those find back again those files that actually experiment a little bit, okay, a very rough experiment on the stop motion, okay, I can actually share with you guys later on there. Okay, so Wei Hong, are you ready?
Yes.
All right.
Sir, actually, I have how to say, I have changed a bit of the topic. I focus is still in social anxiety disorder lah, but
Okay.
it's focused more in glossophobia,
Okay.
which is strong fear of public speaking.
Okay. Can you actually show me your visuals or your storyboard, okay, based on your ideas from there?
Okay. How to
Share screen.
your entire screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Show entire screen there.
Can see.
Yes.
Here's my storyboard.
Okay.
The is the story is easy lah. It's just saying about a person who suffer from what the glossophobia issues, and he trying out to how to say find some friend and took some idea, and then like thinking people as a potato, and others like what to say like taking some short notes to the place and speak lah.
Mm-hmm.
But he tried all the ideas, but still can't how to say how he can't conquer it lah.
Okay.
So at last it's the examiner who provide the idea, is all the idea he used is the external idea, and how he can put more effort on like understand more about what you want to talk, and then
Okay.
express your own feeling on it, your own idea on it, and then he like get the idea lah, and then he work hard, and then at last he able to, how to say, uh, uh, done the speech. It's a story like that.
They end up how actually, right? Okay?
Huh?
How actually they end up there, right?
What you say?
How actually the story end up just now?
The story end like he able to speak, and then he passed the test lah.
Okay.
My figure is I going to use like a scramble of paper to act as a character,
Okay.
and like that lah.
Can you do you have any kind of visuals that you actually have been designed there from the scrambled kind of papers?
Visual
Yeah,
not yet
because you need to design it, right? Okay, because otherwise we cannot see your ideas. How actually you're going to deliver those ideas here?
I have the video.
This is basically your animatic, right?
Yeah.
Okay, make it into not more than 2 minutes there, right? Okay.
It's a 2 minute.
Because and one more thing there, okay. The animations that you're going to portray there, okay. Make sure that they actually have a very clear kind of ideas and understanding there, okay, on the audience itself there, okay. One of the things that I want you to deliver and also develop basically for this week, okay, before you present it over to next week, make sure you can get the right kind of visuals, okay, of your characters right now if you want to deliver this kind of ideas here. Okay? I cannot visualize those ideas here, okay. How actually you're going to be setting them right, okay, setting them up there, right. Okay, even though when you work with stop motion, okay, it doesn't mean that you just need to use only a pure camera and stop motions at the same time. Sometimes you can use also that combination between computer generated kind of motions with your element of your subject matters at the same time there, right? Okay.
So this is just how to say it. When I'm using it, I will try to create the stand for the place to speak like that. I will use real material to do it.
How long does it take? How many materials? How many elements that you're going to create here?
For first, like is the character law. Is scramble of
try
paper.
to list there, okay? List down basically the elements, the item that you want to what we call that create as a part of your prop there, right? All right, list down first and then try to sketch it out first. Okay, let's just say you have a few number kind of what we call that props there, okay, like microphone, your what we call that your what we call that the standee there, right? Okay, right, and then those stage there, right? And the locations, how many locations are going to be involved here for those stories at the same times. Everything you need to basically to list down and sketch it out first roughly, and then you try to find those material and design them back. And for me though, okay, in this new kind of era, some of the elements you can actually mix around with those real object and also computer generated kind of object, okay. Then you can use those like so-called like a PNG sequence, okay, they have a background, there's no background inside, so the background you can actually apply the computer generated backgrounds or image manipulations there, okay, to get a proper kind of composition for your presentations. Okay, for example, okay, I don't know whether it's going to be some of the presentations like this one. Can you see that, right? Okay, from my kind of what we call that here, screen sharing. All right, I've been actually look into some of the glossophobia kind of we call that content in YouTube, right?
Oh,
And some of them have been portrayed as a part of those animations, Roblox, kind of what we call that animations, okay? So, and also there is a stop motions, claymations kind of styles that works on that. Okay, I want to share with you guys here. All right, can you see here right now?
yes.
Right. So make sure that you guys actually like you, right, Wei Hong, right?
Yes.
Please basically okay, do some research a bit more further on the visual itself that you guys can present from here. If you want to use stop motions, try to plan B and plan C there, okay? Where the stop motion was strong enough, why you have to use paper as a part of your subject matters, you need basically define them, right?
Okay.
Because if you don't define your kind of certain kind of objective there, the purpose there, why actually you're going to use papers there, they're not going to be have a very strong kind of engaging and message to your audience there. Why you use papers there?
Actually, it's
Why you use
easy
papers
to
there, right?
find at home.
Okay, this is not
Easy to.
basically those kind of reasons there. Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Because you need to understand why basically you use papers there as a characters, because they will give your kind of strong informations that you're going to show to the people there. I'm using papers not because easy, because it's basically portrays something, okay, because we always write on the papers, for example. Those are the reasons there, not because of easy there, okay. When people
Because I
what we call that, mm, because when people actually write, when you explain, okay, it's quite easy for me to use papers, they're not going to have a very strong kind of concept on your presentations. But if you say, okay, I just want to what we call that, explain a little bit there, right? If you use paper, because normally in a traditional way we always use paper to communicate, right? Is it right?
yes.
Normally,
Yes.
okay, we use paper to communicate, okay. So right now I'm using paper as a part of my subject matters there, okay, as a part of my subject matter to develop as a characters in this presentation, in this animation there, as a main characters. But why basically the characters basically have been crumpled, the papers have been crumpled, okay? Why? So we have to find this kind of answer, okay, as a designer, as a students, okay, as a presenters there, okay? I'm using papers, crumpled paper, because the papers felt a bit kind of frustrations there, right? Frustrations on his ability, his situations right now. That's why I crumple the papers to show basically the emotions there, right? Okay, there's kind of sadness inside those papers there, within those papers there, okay, because no one basically want to listen to him. For example, right? Okay, all this kind of understanding to portray to solid back again your kind of concept ideas has to be what we call that, put it as a part of your concept kind of notes there. So when people ask you later on, or people have that kind of basically some sort of questions about, hey, why papers there, you can answer the questions like that, not because you easily work on
Oh,
that, okay? Because don't use that kind of
okay.
easy words because you want to escape from doing something a bit more better than that, okay? The papers kind of what we call a concept for me is very strong enough as a part to deliver basically your kind of concept of glossophobia there, okay? Because people have the trouble to speak there, right? To explain people there.
Yes.
That kind of emotions, that kind of personalities basically can be used there, okay? But how you're going to portray them, how actually you're going to deliver them, how actually you're going to animate them, that's the question that you have to answer within this week there, okay? By deliver them back. For example, okay, this is only example there, okay. Let's just say I'm using okay, crumple there, okay, papers there. Okay? I just want to show you guys, okay. this is basically some of my my kind of way of working that hopefully can actually share with you guys, okay? Because when we work animations, we have to be really what we call that, open up our mind to different kind of solutions there, okay? Not because, okay, we need to doing stop motions and then the animation look a bit kind of like very offbeat and also what we call that, out of what we call that, those kind of motions, quite boring, okay, and it's hard for you to animate at the same times. Why don't we actually try to basically use technologies nowadays, but we can actually try to deliver a better kind of solution. For example, okay, let's just uh, experiment a little bit, right? I'm not saying that you can actually just use, but I just want to show you guys some sort of solutions that I can find from your ideas there. Okay, from your ideas over here. Okay. Let's just say I have one samples over here. You try to find other samples there, okay? That can be used. So this is a part of your research, like one of the research there, okay? Find any kind of reference that can guide you first. Okay, let's just say you want to animate them later on. Okay, animate them. Okay, let me open up the files there first over here. Right, import into libraries. You guys can see my screen there, right?
Yes.
Okay. Now, yeah, I have few number kind of subject matters there. Okay. This one, okay, it's supposed to be PNG, but they don't give me PNG files there, okay. What I can do, open up back again. Okay, I'm a little bit kind of old school there, guys, in terms of software there, okay, but I think Adobe Flash 8 or Adobe Animate can be used to deliver a very good kind of works, okay. But if you can use Adobe, if you actually have those technical kind of understanding to use basically those Adobe After Effects, which is I use After Effects basically to do my effect and some pre kind of editing there. So I have this one to make some sort of quick selections over here first. All right. Let's just say some of the elements of it, copy paste. Oops. All right. Okay. I have this one there, right? Save as, or maybe I can basically before that, right? I just want to add some levels a bit. If I may basically adjust basically those color combinations there. Okay, to make it more interesting on presentation there. Okay, the reason why it's not used on based on the what we call that, the same kind of what we call that visuals there, because creative people there, right, guys? You must be able to have that kind of ability to develop your design sense at the same time here. Save the file first and save into PNG back again, right? Papers there, right? Paper number 1 there, right? Okay. So try to deliver back again right here. See? So let's just say I want to save this one first. Right. Always save your files there. One consultation there, right? I have this kind of ideas there, okay? Let's just say you want to animate, you want to design your characters there, okay? This kind of what we call that, this kind of what we call that. Characters can be animated later on, okay? Can be basically what we call that, make it into, you see, you can make it into your kind of characters kind of motions over here. Okay, you see that?
Yes.
Right, the character's motions there, see, right? So
Yes.
what you can do from here, right? Yeah, let's just say I want to animate these characters there. Okay, I want to make it into a human characters or anthropomorphism characters there. Okay, I draw basically the legs itself. Right, the other hand basically are going to be right here maybe. Right, and you see there, okay, those kind of papers character that you thought about, right? Okay, I make it into those kind of design there right itself. Okay, a very simple kind of design over here. Right, the background itself, we can actually animate them. You can actually use different kind of platform to work on that. Right, okay. Let's just say pedestal there. Okay, pedestal or what we call that. Uh, the names of it. Let's just say pedestal there. Okay. Some of the what are the names there? Okay, not podium there. Okay, podium is it right? Podium there. Right? Is it? Is it podium there? Okay, the podium itself. Like, can you see the podium there? Some visuals that you actually can use back again. Okay, right. All these kind of ideas there. Okay, stop motions. It doesn't have to be shoot on the cameras all the time. Okay, because you shoot cameras, yes, if you have those kind of ability to work on that. Sometimes a little bit kind of tricky there, guys. So you never know basically your kind of what we call that challenging that you're going to face later on, okay? But you need to have that kind of understanding by experimenting basically whether your kind of ideas can be delivered later on or not, okay? So that's why we need to be a bit more kind of what we call that practical in our presentation, and you need to understand your abilities at the same times, whether are they going to be fit on your kind of level of skills here. Not because easy there, okay? There's no such thing as easy kind of thing when it comes to animations. Trust me on that. There's no such thing as easy there, okay? The more deep that you go through with those animations, you will find a lot of what we call that obstacles around the corners there. They always be. But that's why, okay, when you want to what we call that engage or basically going to be decide to do such animations, right? My job is basically to make sure that you really understand what are you talking about here, all right? Don't just simply say, okay, I want to do the animation because it's easy. That's it, okay? There's no such thing as easy way there, okay, to do the animations there, right? So people say, okay, animation is easy or this kind of things is quite easy there, okay? There's no such thing as easy there, right? Okay, there's going to be a lot of obstacles all the times, right? So let me share a bit because I hopefully, right, I can actually give you some sort of ideas how to execute them, okay, later on. Not because you have to follow exactly, no, the right way, but make sure you can know how to execute them in the right way. So it's really important for you to understand your kind of way to execute that. Just like Chunkit just now, okay? He want to deliver the characters there, right? Make sure you have that kind of understanding, what kind of characters that will be more engaging to your audience later on. And of course, the most important thing, your presentations, okay? Your own presentations here. So if your presentations doesn't look fine, there will be more a lot of obstacle and challenging and also not interesting enough. All right. Visually, it's not interesting enough. You will have a lot of hard time from there. So think about that. Okay, let's just say this one. I'm going to adjust a little bit first. For example, those levels. Okay, I'm using computers there. Okay. Most of the time, the technologies nowadays are okay. Now the positions have to be changed there, okay, into let's just say flip that kind of horizontals over here. Save the files into this podium there, right? And then PNG there. Save. So let's take a look if I actually can deliver the same thing over here. There, see? So compositions there, okay? Wei Hong, compositions. It's really important there, okay, when it comes to work with your visuals here. So you must be able to experiment with certain kind of visuals there first, see, okay, to work with it, right? Now, basically, okay, right here, so I'm going to group this one there first. Okay, see. Now I'm going to animate them. Okay, according to those motions there, okay. I'm using a very simple kind of post-to-post kind of motions there, right? Okay, post-to-post kind of animations there. There, see? Post-to-post animations there, right? Okay, to work on that. So to deliver your ideas, basically, you need to experiment them like this, for example, here. So I'm going to move around here there first. All right. Not because it's easy, but it's practical. Remember that. And the concept itself there, okay? Why actually you're going to use those subject matters, okay, as a part of your presentations at the same time. This is only one stage there, okay? The other stage, maybe you want to apply the background, for example, there, okay? One other thing that I always trick people's there, okay? One other thing that I always trick people's there, I will basically use some textures papers there, right, okay? Basically, those textures papers is quite good, okay? Because why? Because we can actually write some textures papers. Sometimes I'm using, let's just say, okay, let's just say I'm using this one, like this, these two papers there, okay? See what other things can be used from here as a background there, right? Let's just say this one maybe are going to be suitable for presentations. Okay. Yeah, right. So the whole presentation have been complete, but you can actually deliver also some of the elements, like I'm using basically a very simple kind of an ideas that works on that. Maybe later on, right, okay, from here you can add a bit kind of shadows there, right, okay, from here. So a lot of good things there, okay, because you have to experiment your kind of methods and techniques at this stage. Okay, let's just say I'm using this kind of shadows, okay, right here. Okay, the shadows itself. But I have to basically adjust those color mixtures there, right? See? All right. And of course, okay, no outline there, okay, for the shadows over here. Group them up. Okay, this one also need to leave also some shadows there. For example, there, right? Okay. Of course, the shadow has to be changed a little bit, okay? I think the shadows from here are going to be a little bit more like these there. Okay. Can you see like the presentations there? The setting kind of presentations of your ideas has to be delivered next week, okay? Before you're going to decide, oh, this is basically the type of animations, this is the type of subject matters that I want to use there, right? Okay. So remember that, guys, okay? So what are the other things, okay? Potato, for example, okay? You say potato there, okay? You don't have to buy those potato anymore there, okay, nowadays. I give you guys some examples of here, okay? Which potato that you want to use. Either this one. All right. So let me save the files there first. Is it right? Or maybe this guy over here. All right. Oh, this one actually has those, basically those. All right. Let's just say PNG there. Okay. You have any PNG, right? Files over here. It's a bit more better for us to select them later on. Oh, this one look nice there, right? Save as. Okay. Can you see Wei Hong there, right?
Sure.
I actually give you basically some examples there. How to deliver your message more efficiently there, right? So sometimes you don't have to work too hard, but you have to work smart. Okay? You have to work smart there, right? To work smart. So this one, well, it's quite hard for me to select them. Quick selection tools. Okay. I don't think we have this one there, right? Copy paste. Okay, save as back again. Okay, before I'm going to save as there, right? Okay. I love to adjust basically the level sometimes, right? Okay, why? Because they give me more kind of control on how actually I'm going to represent basically those visuals there. All right, adjust a little bit. Okay, not too much over here. Save back again, closed. All right, so those potato characters are going to be at the foreground, for examples. What I'm going to do, all right. There. Right, these potato characters there, okay, they're going to be in front, but I have to basically write, okay, the based on the light effects. All right, it basically should basically in this kind of side there, right? But we can actually adjust a bit more further later on, okay, from these positions. So let's just say there's a few number kind of potatoes there, okay. One, right? Let's say short potatoes, for examples over here, all right? But this is only a rough idea there, guys, okay? How actually going to deliver them later on there, right, okay? All right. So we can change colors, okay, at the same time if you want to later on there, okay? Let's just say you make into potato number 1, all right? And then go for alpha, advanced basically, okay, not alpha, okay? Just want to show you guys basically, okay, advanced, alpha, basically, right? Advanced a little bit, setting. I can change basically those colors there, right? Okay, depending on the visuals that I want there, okay, those kind of characters that I want there, okay. You see that, right? So this potato basically also can be animated there, right? Okay, that can be animated there, right? So let's just say I want to animate these characters over here. Lock the whole things there first, right? So this one basically put it over there. Okay, this one are going to be, right, this anchor point put over there, okay, so the point there, I get this one. Right. So can you see the right, okay, those motions here? So if you, what we call that, increased basically those, what we call that, distance a little bit, those kind of poses, you can have the different kind of speed from there, okay? So right now it's using 25 frames per second there, right? So they're going to be a bit more faster there, right here, right? I'm actually going to reduce them, not because of the purpose to render there, okay, just to show the speed there, right? can actually control more further on the time frame there. Okay. Right. So you can actually deliver your kind of ideas at the same time. Your concept of your visual for your FYP is more efficient like this. Same goes to Chunkit there, right? Okay. So can you see right now how actually I deliver your ideas, but not finally there, okay? By using a very short times to deliver some sort of understanding, right? Okay? When it comes to presenting your final year projects. This is basically the thing that you need to understand, okay? When it comes to the degree kind of students here. Deliver more efficiently other than your rough ideas. So next week, try to prepare more better on presentations, all right? And try to plan a bit more further how actually you're going to execute them. If you can deliver, right, okay, some of the concept kind of animations that you're going to apply, a bit more, what we call that, what we call that better directing in terms of your kind of level of or what we call that degree, kind of what we call that candidates over here. You guys understand that?
Yeah.
Right? So how actually we can deliver that, okay, more efficiently from here, okay, based on your ideas there, right? Okay, what we call that, Wei Hong there, not mine there, right? But you can actually engage more better there, okay, on the presentation itself. Because my job basically to help you guys there, right? So whether you guys can deliver it more efficiently on your understanding from your own kind of presentations or not. Okay, that's I think there, right? All right. So simple kind of executions, but give more impact on your presentations. Okay. All right. So any questions?
Sir, so
Mm.
next week also Friday 10 a.m. right?
Yeah, around 10:30 there, okay.
Okay,
Uh,
because
Because,
actually we have lecture class at 11 a.m.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I try to make it on 10 a.m. there, okay.
Okay.
All right, okay.
Okay.
Or you want to make it okay, 10 a.m. okay. 12 you cannot actually, right? 12?
12.
12 o'clock.
Let me see.
Because if you have more times to discuss it more better there, okay. Basically, my time is okay with you guys only half an hour or 1 hour only there. Okay? Half an hour or 1 hour only there, right?
Oh, okay.
But I'm actually okay to extend a bit more further on the hours there, okay? Because even though I didn't basically had that kind of engagements, but I just want to help you guys there, okay? To share and also to discuss more further from there. Half an hour, what we can do from there, unless you have prepared very solid kind of presentations, right? So we have to make sure that you understand how to deliver them first, right? Okay? So hopefully, this kind of meeting, the first meetings, can give more ideas how to deliver them there, right? Okay. All right, Wei Hong.
Okay.
Wei Hong, you can open up your webcam.
It say you need to close the website to open it again. Only
Yeah.
can see. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So thank you very much, guys.
Okay.
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 Thank
sir.
you, sir.
All right. Okay. Hopefully, I can give you guys more engaging on those kind of ideas from there. All right. So develop a bit more
Okay.
further. Okay. Think smart and work smart at the same time. Okay. And
Okay,
of course,
sir.
the visuals has to be presented really well there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Good luck, Wei Hong and So Chun Kit. See you guys later on. Okay. Take notes on whatever that we actually been go through right now. All right.
Okay.
And all the best. Have a good weekend at the same times. Okay. Don't worry too much there, but focus on what you're going to present. I will help you guys. Okay. And of course, okay, if you can actually write, I will basically create one group in WhatsApp. Okay. So you guys can actually share some of the progressions there. Don't wait until Friday. You just want to show some progressions there. If is there anything that you want to share with me in WhatsApp there? Okay. Just what we call that sharing there. Okay. Some of the images there, some of the progressions there, some of the stories, some of the character design there. Okay. Please basically what we call it, be active in the WhatsApp group there. Okay. To have any kind of throwing some ideas from there. It's very good to share there. Okay. Because I'm also have a hard time if I'm working alone there. Okay. Especially on my own projects. So if you have someone to share, it's more better there. Okay.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you very much.
Okay,
Have a
thank
good
you,
day.
sir.
Thank you, sir.
Like that, right? Bye bye.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.
All right. Take care. All right.